All right, Bears fans, buckle up because this weekend the Chicago Bears are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in what could be a defining moment for both teams, a matchup that might very well set the tone for the remainder of the season. This is the kind of game that fans circle on their calendars because a win here doesn't just matter in the standings. It matters for momentum, confidence, and proving to everyone that this team has what it takes to compete at a high level. The Bears come off a split in their previous encounters with Baltimore and Cincinnati, sitting at 4 wins and 3 losses. They're looking to hit that 5th win, take control of their rhythm, and carry that energy back home to face the Giants, where another opportunity awaits to continue building on success and solidifying their position in the league. The stakes are real, the intensity is palpable, and the team knows this is a week to show that they can respond and make adjustments on both sides of the ball. Offensively, the Bears have had moments of brilliance and moments of frustration, and that inconsistency has defined parts of their season so far. Last week, they managed only 16 points, which brought their season average down to 24 points per game. While that places them around the middle of the league statistically, it certainly does not reflect the potential of this squad when everything clicks. Defensively, they've had some struggles, allowing just over 26 points per game. The last outing against Baltimore was a tough one, as the defense gave up crucial plays at inopportune times, but there are bright spots worth noting. Their turnover margin remains among the league leaders, thanks to an impressive stretch of 15 takeaways in a 4-game span. That kind of ball-hawking ability can completely swing the momentum of a game, and if they can get back to forcing turnovers consistently, it could be the difference maker against a Bengals offense that has shown flashes, but also vulnerabilities. Third down performance has been solid on both sides of the ball, with the offense converting just over 41% of attempts, and the defense showing that feast or famine style. Brilliant at creating takeaways, but susceptible to giving up significant yardage when drives extend. It's this kind of high-risk, high-reward approach that makes watching the Bears both thrilling and nerve-wracking. The Bengals, on the other hand, have had their share of inconsistencies. They rank just 21st in points per game at just under 22 points, while their defense has allowed more than 31 points per game, which puts them near the bottom in the league. Turnover margin is slightly negative for Cincinnati, and their struggles on third down, especially defensively, have allowed opposing offenses to control the clock and maintain drives. Red zone performance is also an area where the Bears and Bengals will look to make statement. Chicago has been particularly inefficient in converting red zone opportunities into touchdowns, ranking in the lower tier of the league, while Cincinnati has been effective offensively but weak defensively in those same situations. How these teams execute in tight quarters could be a huge determinant of the outcome. The Bears need touchdowns, not field goals, to maximize their scoring efficiency, while the Bengals will look to capitalize on any defensive lapses and maintain scoring momentum. Injury reports are adding another layer of intrigue to this matchup. For the Bears, top receivers have been limited in practice with various ailments ranging from heel and hip issues to concussions. Running backs like DeAndre Swift and others are being managed early in the week, but are expected to contribute on game day. On defense, certain players are questionable, with some recovering from back issues, shoulder injuries, or high ankle sprains that will keep them out for multiple weeks. The Bengals are dealing with similar situations, with Joe Flacco's status uncertain due to a shoulder injury and other key players in and out of practice, which could impact both their offensive and defensive rhythm. These injuries make it difficult to predict exactly what each team will bring to the field, but they also highlight the importance of depth and the ability to adapt mid-game. When breaking down the matchup more granularly, there are areas where the Bears have clear advantages. The coaching edge leans in their direction. Ben Johnson has instilled a level of accountability and urgency that seems to resonate with the team. The offensive line has shown the ability to open lanes and protect the quarterback effectively, a factor that cannot be overstated against a Bengals pass rush that has its own strengths but lacks consistency. Defensively, the Bears have the edge in both the line and linebacking core. While not flawless, their ability to pressure the quarterback, disrupt plays in the backfield, and cover key targets has been more reliable than Cincinnati's recent defensive performances. The secondary, when healthy, adds another layer of advantage. The addition of players like C.J. Gardner-Johnson and the potential return of Tyreek Stevenson could significantly bolster Chicago's ability to slow down big plays, especially against explosive receivers like Jamar Chase, who has been a consistent threat and game changer. Speaking of Jamar Chase, he represents the kind of challenge that can swing a game in an instant. He has proven over multiple games that he can dominate, making it crucial for the Bears' secondary to maintain discipline and stay aware of his positioning at all times. Flacco has shown a remarkable connection with Chase, and containing that duo will be a top priority. The Bears need to anticipate routes, communicate effectively in coverage, and make tackles in space to limit the big plays. At the same time, Chicago's own running game has shown significant promise, particularly since the bye week. Players like Swift and Manungi, combined with strategic quarterback runs, have demonstrated the ability to gain consistent yardage and control the tempo. Committing to a strong ground game could not only keep the Bengals' defense off balance, but also open opportunities for play-action passes and explosive plays downfield. Offensively, the Bears will need to balance patience with aggression. Against a Bengals team that has shown defensive lapses, there are opportunities to make impactful plays, particularly if the offensive line can provide consistent protection and the skilled players execute routes with precision. Efficiency is key, but there's also room for big plays, especially when defenses overcommit to stopping the run. This dual-threat approach could force Cincinnati to make mistakes and give the Bears a chance to capitalize in crucial moments. The Bengals enter this game after a roller coaster few weeks. A recent victory over Pittsburgh offered hope, but a surprising loss to the Jets has left them reeling. Their morale is fragile, and the Bears have the opportunity not only to secure a win, but also to potentially deal a psychological blow, showing that this is a team capable of competing at a higher level and taking advantage of opponent mistakes. The Bears players have been made aware of the need for accountability, and with Ben Johnson emphasizing focus and discipline, there is reason to believe this team will respond. The combination of strategic game planning, execution in the trenches, and the ability to create turnovers could pave the way for a statement win. This matchup is about more than just the numbers on the scoreboard. It is a test of adaptability, preparation, and the ability to seize critical moments. The Bears have the talent, the coaching, and the opportunity to respond to recent setbacks, control the pace, and emerge with a victory that reinforces their potential this season. Every play, from the offensive line's protection to the receiver's ability to create separation, the running back's consistency in the ground game, and the defensive unit's discipline in coverage and pressure will matter. This game represents a true crossroads where the Bears can solidify their identity, gain confidence, and set themselves up for the next stretch of the season. As we look deeper into the individual matchups, the quarterback position will be fascinating to watch. Caleb Williams has shown growth and development, demonstrating an improved ability to read defenses and make quick decisions under pressure. Against the Bengals, he will need to continue that progression, balancing the risk of big throws with the need for efficiency. Joe Flacco, if he suits up, adds an interesting wrinkle to Cincinnati's offense. He has established a strong connection with Jamar Chase, and that duo can be explosive if not contained. The Bears' defensive backs will have to stay disciplined, anticipate routes, and communicate flawlessly to prevent Chase from turning a single play into a game-changing moment. Covering him will require physicality, awareness, and perhaps a little bit of luck, as he has a knack for finding space and exploiting mismatches. If Chicago can limit those explosive plays, they force Cincinnati to rely more heavily on their running game and short passes, which could play right into the Bears' defensive strengths. Running backs will also be a key factor in this contest. For the Bears, DeAndre Swift and Manungi have both demonstrated the ability to break through gaps and consistently gain positive yardage. Their ability to handle a heavy workload, mix inside and outside runs, and force defenders to commit will open up opportunities in the passing game, creating balance and keeping the Bengals' defense guessing. The offensive line must continue to execute at a high level, providing lane for the runners and giving Williams enough time to survey the field for open receivers. The Bears' commitment to the ground game could be decisive, as consistent rushing success not only generates first downs, but also wears down defenders over the course of the game. Meanwhile, Chase Brown has been Cincinnati's primary workhorse in the backfield. His resurgence over the past few weeks demonstrates the Bengals' ability to produce a balanced attack, but the Bears' defensive line and linebackers have the tools to disrupt his rhythm, especially if they maintain gap discipline and read the blocking schemes effectively. Containing him will be critical in limiting Cincinnati's ability to control the clock and sustain drives. Wide receivers and pass-catching options are another area to monitor closely. The Bears have had challenges with injuries among their top receivers, which has placed added responsibility on players like DJ Moore and Rome Odunze. These athletes need to step up, create separation, and execute precise routes to give the quarterback reliable targets. Their performance will be crucial in red zone situations, where the Bears have struggled historically this season. The ability to convert opportunities inside the 20-yard line into touchdowns rather than settling for field goals could ultimately determine the outcome of this matchup. For Cincinnati, Ja'Marr Chase remains the focal point of the passing game, with the ability to stretch the field and make defenders miss in open space. The Bears' defensive backs will need to maintain leverage, prevent separation, and capitalize on any mistakes to minimize the big play potential. Every coverage assignment, every step in a route, and every tackle in space will be magnified against a player of Chase's caliber. The offensive line battles will have a significant impact on both teams' performances. The Bears' line has shown flashes of dominance, particularly in creating running lanes and protecting the quarterback during passing situations. If they can maintain that level of execution, the offense will have more flexibility to mix run and pass plays, keeping the Bengals' defense off balance. Conversely, the Bengals' offensive line has been inconsistent, which could be exploited by Chicago's defensive front. Pressuring Flacco, or whoever takes the snaps, while staying disciplined against potential misdirection plays will be essential. Disrupting timing and forcing hurried throws can lead to turnovers, which has been one of the Bears' strengths this season. Linebacker play will also be a crucial determinant in this contest. The Bears unit has shown the ability to make plays against the run while dropping into coverage to disrupt short passes. Logan Wilson and other Bengals linebackers have had mixed performances, sometimes allowing opponents to convert key third downs. Chicago can leverage that by keeping tight ends and backs in check, forcing the Bengals to rely on their wide receivers and making their offense more predictable. This could lead to opportunities for Chicago's pass rushers and secondary to generate impactful plays, potentially swinging momentum in their favor. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are spreading through the NFL like wildfire, and all eyes are on the Chicago Bears. Sources close to the team hint that James Cook, the dynamic running back known for his explosive speed and uncanny field vision, may be the newest sensation to join the Bears roster. While no official announcement has been made, insiders suggest that the front office has been quietly working behind the scenes, and fans are already buzzing with anticipation. If the rumors are true, Cook's arrival could signal a major shakeup for the Bears' offensive strategy. Analysts are already speculating about how his versatility, rushing, receiving out of the backfield, and his ability to break tackles could transform a team that has struggled to find consistency in recent seasons. Imagine the possibilities: a backfield energized by Cook's agility, complementing the Bears' passing game and giving quarterbacks more options than ever. Social media is alive with speculation, memes, and highlight reels from his previous seasons, all pointing to one thing: excitement is building in the Windy City. Fans are understandably hyped. Cook's blend of speed, vision, and toughness fits perfectly with the identity the Bears have been trying to cultivate. There's talk of him becoming the centerpiece of a revitalized offense, a player who can carry the team in crucial moments. Even veteran players are reportedly eager to welcome him, sensing the fresh energy he could bring to practice and the locker room. Sports commentators are quietly adjusting their projections, hinting that if Cook does indeed don the Bears jersey, the franchise's offensive ranking could skyrocket. Of course, this is all still speculation, and the team has maintained its usual tight-lipped approach. But in the world of sports, whispers like these rarely fade quietly. Fans are watching every press conference, every trade rumor, and every cryptic social media post from the Bears organization. If James Cook truly is the next star for Chicago, the coming weeks could turn into one of the most electrifying periods in recent NFL history. The question now isn't just whether it will happen. It's how much of a storm Cook will bring to Soldier Field once the deal is official. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.